afternoon and welcome to David Farrington Park in Wellington for the opening game of week 12 of the ISPS Handa Men's Premiership. It is Team Wellington currently entering the round in second place with 17 points, hosting Eastern Suburbs, who are just 2 points further off the pace in fourth. Of course, with just a couple of rounds to play after this Week 12 action. I'm Brenton Vinnisleroy. I will have the call for you this afternoon on what is a beautiful summer's afternoon in Wellington. Just a slight breeze coming across the ground here at David Farrington Park, which, as always, is looking a picture. Some significant team news for both sides. Both sides fielding new captains this afternoon. Scott Pasale for Team Wellington, the ever-present goalkeeper, is out of action. That means Zach Jones will deputise between the sticks for Team Wellington this afternoon. The young keeper, 20 years of age, and Mario Bathia will captain Team Wellington this afternoon. They are just one of the three changes that Coach Scott Hales has made with the Team Wellington lineup this afternoon. So no Scott Pasale, but also Juan Gatkick and Ben Mata have moved to the bench. Ben O'Connell, the referee this afternoon, Ashton Davenport and Cameron Grucho, and the fourth official this afternoon is Sean Riley. Looks like Mario Basia has won the toss. Stephen Hoyle is wearing the captain's armband for Eastern Suburbs, so both usual skippers out of action this afternoon. As mentioning with Team Wellington, three changes to their starting 11. In comes Zach Jones, Ollie White and Jake Williams. Scott Pasale out of action today, and Juan Gatkick and Ben Mata moving to the bench, as I mentioned. So very attack-minded lineup for Scott Hales. Likewise for Hawani Edwards, coach of Eastern Suburbs, who's made just the one change. Out is Captain Adam Thomas, not in the matchday squad this afternoon. So the right back or central holding midfielder is out and replaced by Stephen Hoyle, the striker, who will take the captain's armband from him this afternoon. So this is the one change for Hawani Edwards, who has got most of his attacking players out on the pitch to start proceedings here. It will be the Lily Whites in their white, who will be playing from right to left as we look at things. Team Wellington in their familiar black will be playing from left to right here at David Farrington Park. It'll be Eastern Suburbs to get us underway. Ryan Foots, who was named in the Team of the Month this week. Ryan Foots, the Eastern Suburbs player, along with Robert Zabo and Reed Drake. Team Wellington getting two players, and Rory McKeown and Hamish Watson in that ISPS Handa Men's Premiership Team of the Month for January. Early free kick going Team Wellington's way, and straight into the action is Zach Jones for the first time. Spreading it out to Midgley. Basia will clear towards halfway. We're getting on the end of it nicely there. Was Ollie White straight into the action. Another of the new players for Team Wellington this afternoon, inserted into the starting lineup. Can expect a pretty open attack-minded game given how these two 11s are shaping up here. And both sides have found the back of the net at will. Team Wellington with 23 goals as Bevan gets straight back to work, tries to turn provider there for Team Wellington, cut out by Eastern Suburbs, but it'll be an early set piece for the hosts. 23 goals scored by Team Wellington in their 11 games so far, 22 for Eastern Suburbs, of course, including that 8-0 against the Wellington Phoenix Reserves, which blew it out somewhat. So throw in taken deep inside that corner. Sinclair. Midgley. Now opportunity at the top of the box for Team Wellington. They spread it back to the right. Cross comes in. Top goal scorer Hamish Watson trying to add his 10th for the season. And this time a corner is won by Team Wellington. In that far corner of David Farrington Park as we view it. So Team Wellington starting brightly here. David Farrington. Jack Henry Sinclair will come over to take this. Waving away Jake Williams. Wrap his right foot around this one. Jack Henry Sinclair floats out onto the edge of the area. Well dealt with by Eastern Suburbs, clearing outside of their box. Second ball comes in. Free kick given away. And a chance for Eastern Suburbs to clear their line. Will be taken by Daniel Drake. Goal for Suburbs as they look to play out from the back. Gray back to his keeper. Bit of pressure on Eastern Suburbs, and now they got into trouble last week, and again this time as simple as you like for Hamish Watson. He brings up his 10th of the season, and that's the 150th goal of the ISPS Handa Men's Premiership season. And guess who? Hamish Watson, the man in the right area. And the Suburbs got themselves into trouble last week against Waitakere in their 4-0 defeat. And now again, Daniel Drake tried to play the ball to the midfielder there, and Van der Hayden dispossessed, and Watson picked up the loose ball, and he's at it again from the kickoff, tries to chip Drake this time, and he's not far away. Of course, he came up with quite a spectacular goal at Kiwi Tea Street last week, did Hamish Watson, from some 45 plus yards. This time a bit closer and going over the goal of Daniel Drake. But Team Wellington already on the score sheet here, and they want more at David Farrington. Overlapping run coming, and can the cross come in? No, it can't. Well cut out. Still going to be a corner though for Team Wellington. So Jack Henry Sinclair, who will again make his way over to that far corner to take this set piece for Team Wellington. And that time a bit close to the goal, well taken by Daniel Drake, Eastern Suburbs keeper. Well, this time take his time, and wouldn't be surprised if this time they look long. No, looking to just play this one out from the back again, so they're not deterred, Eastern Suburbs, despite giving it away to the Team Wellington press, who will again press hard and harass the Eastern Suburbs defenders and central midfielders, make it difficult for them to get out of their own half. And they eventually decide to go with the Route 1 ball to clear over halfway. Yeah, Mario Basia earns a free kick from Reed Drake. Vastly experienced player, Mario Basia. Of course, they weren't able to call on his services last time here at David Farrington in that thrilling game against Waitakere United, who seemingly ignited their season with that win here over the then league leaders, Team Wellington. Of course, beating Eastern Suburbs, visitors here this afternoon, 4-0 last week after leading 3-0 at the half. Now Eastern Suburbs trying to make a rare foray down that right-hand flank. Jake Mitchell unable to chase that one down. And the ball will be back at the feet of Team Wellington's keeper this afternoon, Zach Jones. If you have just joined us, no Scott Basale, the usual keeper and captain for Team Wellington, he's out injured. Eastern Suburbs also without their captain Adam Thomas, as it's speculated from Mitchell from long range. It's deflected and then off the chest of Shrivers back to keeper Jones. And will take his time here. Chance for numbers to move forward. And Jones looks well over halfway. Route 1 ball to Watson. First ball though was won by Suburbs, and they win the second. Bit of pinball in central midfield, but then finds the ball at feet of Reed Drake. With a diagonal ball cut out by Midgley. And then asking a bit too much of Sinclair, who wasn't able to keep that one in. Throw in Suburbs, taken quickly. A breakdown in communication there as was Van der Hayden, I think, trying to find Foyt's, Eastern Suburbs' top goal scorer. 6 goals, third in the league. Of course, behind the pace hitter Hamish Watson, who now has 10 goals for the season. hat-trick last time here at David Farrington. Point scoring 4 against the Phoenix Reserves in that runaway 8-0 win after the Reserves controversially had 2 players sent off. Well won in midfield by Team Wellington. Bevan going to bring players forward. Bringing out to that far side. McKeown operating in a deeper role now for Team Wellington. Very attack-minded side by Scott Hales. Barcia. Ollie White to McKeown. Switching play to Williams. White. Threads a ball through to Hamish Watson. He's strong. Threads it through. Brilliantly to Sam Mason-Smith. It's going to be waved away for offside though. Mason-Smith thought he had another goal for Team Wellington, doubling their lead. But then they saw the flag up on the near side from one of the referee's assistants. Team Wellington back at it. Watson into the area. Shot comes in. Well blocked by Daniel Edwards. And already Hamish Watson is showing how dangerous he is. Great through ball from White to Watson, and then Watson delivered to Mason-Smith, but judged to be offside. So no second goal for Team Wellington yet. The way this is going, you certainly expect more goals this afternoon. After back-to-back feats, Team Wellington, after starting the season 9 games unbeaten. They know every game is so important now if they're to get a home semi-final in 3 weeks' time. Auckland City looking comfortable now, 6 points clear at the top of the league after their 3-1 win over Team Wellington on Sunday. And Team Wellington now in a real dogfight with a host of teams for those 3 other playoff positions. But they started brightly here this afternoon. Jones looking over halfway. Strong head from Gray. He climbed over Mason-Smith. And then Barcia is judged to have fouled right on halfway. Suburbs take it quickly. Spreading out play over to the far side. Like a collision maybe of heads, but play on. Shot potential for Mitchell here. Can he get it away on his right now, on his left? And well blocked by Sinclair, who was brave and denied Mitchell there. Now Midgley clears down the near sideline. Sinclair is bundled over by Jaden Vanderheyden. Referee Ben O'Connell just having a word with Vanderheyden there. Overly exuberant. That challenge on Sinclair as he went to try and win what he thought was a loose ball. Went right in the back of Sinclair. Easy decision for referee Ben O'Connell. Midgley. Back to his keeper Jones. Bit of press coming from Mitchell. Jones shows great composure though, finds Midgley, then wins the ball back from Reed Drake. Drake comes back at him again. And puts Bevan under a bit of pressure and he can't find the ball to Sinclair. So Eastern Suburbs, good work on their press. Earning the throw-in. Robert Zabo. Get some time down here in the capital with the Team Wellington youth side. Let's have quite a few of these Suburbs players. Edwards into a bit of space now. Sinclair. Kingsley Sinclair to Edwards. Left-footed cross coming on the back post. Reed Drake with a nice little centering header. On the turn was Hoyle. Got the shot away. Blocked. And then the follow-up sails high and wide from Robert Zabo. And it remains 1-0 Team Wellington over Eastern Suburbs. But a bit of a danger sign there for the hosts. And the best few moments for Eastern Suburbs, although they did not have the end result. They dealt with Stephen Hoyle well to Team Wellington. He was in a dangerous position just on the edge of the 6-yard box, looked to turn, blocked his shot, and then Zabo's follow-up effort was unable to challenge Zach Jones in the Team Wellington goal. Slightly tired looking ball that was from Hamish Watson, didn't find the target. Eastern Suburbs looked to quickly break. Foyts one-on-one with Midgley. Now some help comes for Team Wellington. Zabo, his left-footed cross doesn't really get off the ground. Easily cut out by Team Wellington, and now they break down the far touchline. Hamish Watson, another powerful run from the competition's leading goal scorer. This time he waits for support. It comes in the form of Jake Williams. On the way back to Rory McKeown. More used to seeing in those more advanced roles. The Northern Irishman playing in a deeper role this time now. Sinclair will look to whip in across. Well cut out by Christian Gray. It will be a corner kick though to Team Wellington. And it'll be McKeown to bring in that left foot of his into the near corner. Try and whip in a telling ball. He's very dangerous on set piece. McKeown floats this one in, doesn't beat the man at the near post. Suburbs win the second ball as well. And clear for a Team Wellington throw in. 15 metres inside the Suburbs half. Williams, one of the three youngsters into Scott Hale's Team Wellington 11 this afternoon, along with keeper Zach Jones and Ollie White. Took the throw in quickly. Now Shrivers, who look to find Sinclair the outlet on this near side. Unable to link up with him, and it's a throw in to Suburbs. Almost a quarter of an hour gone here at David Farrington Park. 3-minute goal from Hamish Watson. Difference between the two sides. Team Wellington going all the way back to Jones. Clears towards halfway. After a bit of head tennis, eventually comes to the feet of Watson. He's willing to come back and do some work. Sinclair on this near side. Always dangerous coming in. And then he tries to thread a ball through for Mason Smith. Well read by Suburbs as they get to it first. Now Eastern Suburbs to get a spell of possession here. Edwards back to Van der Hayden. Daniel Drake. Drake looking for Zabo. Nice flick on header. Does well to find Foyts. Foyts now opening up play to the far side. Edwards running onto this one into a bit of space. Pulls the trigger with the left foot. Partially blocked by McKeown. Does it run free to Hoyle? No, it doesn't. Shrivers is the first there. And here's a good ball to find Mason Smith, who offers an outlet. And now Team Wellington look long, but obviously that outlet of Mason Smith was no longer there as he came short to receive that ball. So Daniel Edwards, who was operating as a central midfielder last week and a right back role this afternoon. Josh Rogerson, who was in a centre back, central midfield role, defensive midfield role, was last week, now operating as a centre back, with Van der Hayden moving into that holding midfield role. Now coming forward is White. Opening up play to the far side, where Williams is one touch and then cross come in, but well cut out by Edwards. There'll be a throw in for Team Wellington. Beautiful afternoon here at David Farrington Park. You can see at the corner flag there. Very little wind. Certainly shouldn't be a factor in this game as Rory McKeown with the cross. Lovely touch header from Hamish Watson as he looked to chip that one over Daniel Drake. He was right at the top of the box. It certainly had work to do with this header. Back header it was from Watson. and very nearly on target from the competition's leading goal scorer. Almost had a double inside 20 minutes. As Tanyan Drake was relieved to see that one go over the bar. Team Wellington give it up in a dangerous area. Mitchell tries to get the cross in. Well blocked by Williams. Edwards with the throw. Well cut out by McKeown. Will be a corner, the first corner for Eastern Suburbs. In the 18th minute. They have certainly improved after the opening onslaught from Team Wellington in the first 6 minutes, which netted them one goal, and they found the back of the net a second time, but rubbed out for offside. It'll be Reed Drake. He's down there, set piece players with the left foot to float this one into the 6-yard box. Drivers is there to rise for the header. Jack Henry Sinclair slips somewhat when he tried to find an outlet of Mason Smith, and Eastern Suburbs are back with it. They'll just guide it off the ball though by Jake Williams, and that's going to come to nothing. And Zach Jones there wasn't very happy with the attention of Reed Drake. Keepers never are, don't like being touched. Good young keeper though, Zach Jones. Spent some time with the Wellington Phoenix course. And will be very happy to get an opportunity. Pretty rare down here at Team Wellington. Scott Casales had ownership of that #1 jersey for some time at David Farrington. Ollie White tries to thread one through for Watson, cut out by Suburbs. They look long. Hoyle always offering as an outlet. Now they look long beyond him, trying to find Foyts. But aware to the danger was Midgley. And it'll be a throw in to Team Wellington on this near side. Looking down the line, goes all the way back to Christian Gray. Finds Edwards in the middle of the park. He goes with a diagonal ball, looking for that run of Foyts. Suburbs will have a throw in deep inside Team Wellington's half. 20 minutes gone here at David Farrington Park. This is the opening game of week 12 of the ISPS Handa Men's Premiership. Already one goal, as you can see in the bottom left-hand corner. Just joined us, that went the way of the league's top goal scorer, Hamish Watson, in the 3rd minute, after Eastern Suburbs gave away possession right on the edge of their area, and they were duly punished by Team Wellington. It was an issue for them as well last week against Waitakere United. They managed to certainly have some success with their press, harassing the Suburbs defenders and their midfielders as they tried to play their way out from their own box. Zach Jones to get us back underway. So interesting the changes that Scott Hales has made. Obviously forced goalkeeping change with Jones coming in, but Ben Mata, who returned from suspension last week against Auckland City, usual centre back, moving to the bench. Also one Gatkick, a holding midfielder, demoted to the bench. Of course, coming after conceded 7 goals in the last couple of weeks. Team Wellington, certainly an area that they want to really consolidate over these last 3 rounds before we go to playoffs. Of course, Team Wellington have some work to do to secure themselves a playoff spot, starting against Eastern Suburbs here this afternoon, who themselves, of course, are chasing a playoff berth as well. Foul, yeah, Barcia doing his job at midfield, breaking up play. Suburbs take it quickly. Daniel Drake, comfortable, coming well out of his area. Nice turn by Kingsley Sinclair. And Suburbs all the way back to Daniel Drake. Oh, ball given away, but one back, importantly, by Vanda Hayden. It was almost what we saw led to the first goal for Suburbs. Drake trying to find Vanda Hayden. Vanda Hayden was dispossessed on that occasion by Bevan. Found its way to Watson for the goal. Almost a repeat that time. Working down this near touchline. Hoyle furthest forward for Suburbs. Sinclair chips it through to Drake. Nice little cushioned header down to Hoyle, but well dealt with by Team Wellington as they clear outside of their area. Suburbs still with it, but only momentarily as they can't control that one down that near side. Foyts here stretching it full length, but couldn't bring it down. And it goes out for a Team Wellington throw. Eventually just repositioning his shin pads, socks. Gets us back underway. Game has certainly settled down somewhat after a pretty frantic start. Team Wellington absolutely burst out of the box here at David Farrington. Eastern Suburbs has slowly grown into the game now. An opportunity down here, taking on McKeown was Mitchell. Now an opportunity from the top of the area from Kingsley Sinclair, and it soars high over Zach Jones's goal. Showing what they are capable of there, getting in some dangerous areas. They were quite lucky that it did just fall to Sinclair, but Sinclair not able to keep that one down and test Jones in the Team Wellington goal. 25 minutes. Let's race through here at David Farrington Park. Rather fortuitous there, Hamish Watson. I think it landed came off his back and found Mason Smith, but then Suburbs win possession back. Good strong header on the centre circle by Taylor Shrivers, denying Hoyle, but Suburbs are back with it. I think Suburbs, yeah, with Kingsley Sinclair wanted a free kick. Referee Ben O'Connell not giving anything there. Now Team Wellington go back to Jones. Clears looking for Watson. First and second balls won by Suburbs. Now a bit of space down that right wing opening up for Suburbs. Ball comes in, but it's well off the target. Unable to find Foyts at that back post. Their leading goal scorer. And opened up there for Mitchell down there right. Unable to capitalise though. Find a teammate. Bit of a discussion in midfield between Team Wellington's captain Mario Barcia and referee Ben O'Connell. Not sure exactly what that was about, but we're back underway now. And Suburbs back to their keeper, Daniel Drake. So from one end to the other, now forcing Suburbs to try and play out of their own half. They look long this time. Reed Drake to Edwards. Mitchell looking for Hoyle, but underweighted his pass. Hoyle working hard to try and win it back. Not able to do so on this occasion. And all the way back to another unfamiliar position of seeing Keown centre back role. And left of the centre backs, usually that left wing back or left wing role for Team Wellington. Certainly last time here at David Farrington, he was doing a lot of attacking work, a lot of very good attacking work, set up a couple of goals, that great left foot of his. Now operating in that position is Jake Williams. Finds the forward run of Andy Bevan. Gets to the byline. Cut out by Edwards. They eventually decide who's going to take it. Edwards knocks it off a Team Wellington player, and it's the throw-in. For a moment there, the hesitation might prove costly for Eastern Suburbs, but no danger, no harm done. Again, Suburbs very comfortable going back to Daniel Drake. Using him as their man to try and spring an attack as it finds its way to Kingsley Sinclair. Can he cut inside Barcia? No, he can't. Barcia does just enough to hold up Sinclair. Now Jake Williams has it down that far side. White. Ollie White, a couple of nice turns to avoid defenders. Now all the way back to Keown. He goes further back to Jones. Jones looking at the near side for Watson, who peeled out there. Suburbs, though, winning the ball, and then Midgley gives it away. And Suburbs again able to pour players forward. Foyts on his right, trying to find Hoyle. Too much on that pass. Hoyle wasn't able to get a toe on the end of that one. And now Team Wellington look to break. Bevan is holding up play momentarily. That's Barcia. Midgley back to Bevan. Nice little turn. Mason Smith brings in Sinclair. Back to Mason Smith. Bevan just runs away from him as Kingsley Sinclair does enough to dispossess him. Suburbs back with it. Daniel Drake looking towards halfway. Team Wellington win the first ball. Now Ollie White to Jake Williams. Watson always working hard up front, but he can't win possession there. Now Mitchell looking to make some ground down that right flank. Ollie White, good strong tackle from the young midfielder. Now Barcia switches play. Sinclair looking to chip the keeper, Daniel Drake. Don't know if that's what he was trying to do with the chip or not, but that's how it turned out. Daniel Drake is able to get that relatively comfortable and take that, as we see from the replay here. Very well taken by Daniel Drake as he made sure that the ball did not cross the byline, the goal line. Now Zach Jones. Wayward with his outlet ball, trying to find Sinclair down the near touchline. Hoyle, strong, keep hold of possession. The attentions of Jack Henry Sinclair on him. Edwards is shut down by Jake Williams. Foyts can't keep hold of possession as Jack Henry Sinclair clears towards halfway, but as far as Christian Gray, who opens up play to the far side. Mitchell, first time ball looking for Hoyle. Well read by Midgley, who heads it away for what will be the second corner kick, this time in the near corner for Eastern Suburbs. It'll be Ryan Foyts this time to try his luck. As Mitchell, just one touch, brought that down. Cross came in. Just too much on it for Hoyle to get on the end of. The corner, still got possession here, Suburbs. Couple of shots blocked. Foyt's disappointed with himself there that ball came up to him, that he couldn't whip in across or get a shot on target. Zabo to take the throw in. Foyt's a bit of space on the edge of the area. Unleash one with the right foot. Doesn't really get hold of it. And straight at keeper Zach Jones. It's quite an easy opportunity though, straight from the throw in. Didn't even need to take a touch. Had space at the top of the box. And that'll concern Scott Hale's Team Wellington coach somewhat. They're able to create something so easily from a throw in. Barthia, captain this afternoon in the absence of Scott Pasale. Ollie White will unleash one. Ollie White drives one over the bar. And keeper Daniel Drake's not too happy that White was given so much space there. As he beat one, opened it up onto his right-hand side, unleashed. Good venom in the shot, but just didn't quite have the direction and couldn't test Daniel Drake in the Suburbs goal. Team Wellington, though, back at it. Sinclair tried to thread one through for the forward run of Andy Bevan. So intelligent with those runs into the box. Mason Smith forward to Andy Bevan. It's going to be judged to be offside. Daniel Drake is barking out instructions to his players. Not too happy with what has gone on the last minute or so. As Ollie White blasted one over the bar, and they almost were able to thread the ball through to Andy Bevan in the area as well, Team Wellington. Drake prepared to maraud out of his area. His ball, though, slightly wayward. Team Wellington come down with it eventually. Bevan opening up play to Jack Henry Sinclair. Back to Midgley. Ollie White, who turned into trouble there. Midgley, though, cleans up. Eastern Suburbs unable to capitalise. Goes all the way back to Jones. It was Drake who was coming out of midfield to put pressure on Jones. Haven't been able to win the throw-in, though. It'll be Team Wellington ball on this near side. Midgley to take. Jack Henry Sinclair looks for the run of Bevan. Well read by Josh Rogerson. He's alert to the danger of Bevan making that run from midfield. Shrivers. Strong from Zabo, dispossessing Sinclair. He's got options here, Zabo. Tried to whip in the cross at that back post. Well taken by Zach Jones. Quickly finds Williams. Jones and Williams, two of the new players, and a third new player in the 11 this afternoon. Just had a touch as well, Ollie White. 3 changes that Scott Hales made to his starting lineup this afternoon. He's joined us recently. No, Scott Pasale, usual captain and keeper for Team Wellington, out with injury this afternoon. And the other changes saw Ben Mata and one gut kick move to the bench. Now Williams. Bevan. White. See what he's trying to do there, looking for the run of Sinclair. Well cut out by Suburbs. Shrivers with a wayward touch. Managed to chase it down, though. And it's going to be a free kick to Team Wellington. Just inside Suburbs half. Keown wanted to take it quickly. Eventually decides against. Goes short to White. Gets it back from Mason Smith. White turns out of trouble, finds Barthia as captain this afternoon in the absence of Basale. White to their side to Jack Henry Sinclair. Mason Smith unable to find a teammate. Suburbs look long on the outside. And it falls to the feet of Hoyle. Hoyle opening out play. Bit of space here for Mitchell. He'll look first time with a shot. Blast one over. And he's disappointed. I don't know if with himself or not. He got a good piece of that, Mitchell, but was not able to actually threaten the goal. That just went over, not far away. And plenty of space, though, with Mitchell. Team Wellington. Ask a few questions why he was allowed to be in so much space. Well found by Hoyle. And first time effort sailing to Team Wellington's relief over the bar, but not by much. Good venomous strike by Jake Mitchell operating on that right wing for Eastern Suburbs. Christian Gray looking for Mitchell, misdirected, and it's only as far as McKeown, but Suburbs won it back maybe a bit fortuitously. Wayward touch by Reed Drake, and he's unable to keep the ball in play. It'll be a relieving throw-in for Team Wellington on that far side here at David Farrington Park. As we have 7.5 minutes remaining in the first 45. So what's that, 3rd minute goal from Hamish Watson, 150th of the season, his 10th to lead all scorers. Also, absolutely sublime effort from almost halfway against Auckland City last week. A quite ridiculous goal. And a hat-trick here last time at David Farrington. So in a very rich vein of form in 2021 is Hamish Watson. McKeown to find their run, given the thumbs up by Jack Henry. Sinclair wasn't quite able to get on the end of it. Right idea, he thinks, from McKeown. Edwards to Gray. Gray's ball was not a good one. Cut out by Ollie White. Barcia marching forward. Mason Smith brings in Sinclair. Sinclair's ball looking for the late arriving Bevan. If it didn't get to him, and also the back post was Hamish Watson. It's an important interception there by Josh Rogerson. It had to be made by Rogerson because there was Bevan right there. No stooping header from Rogerson. Throw in for Team Wellington, deep inside Suburbs half. Slightly misdirected back heel. A breakdown communication there with Mason Smith. I don't think he knew it was coming from Sinclair. This time goes with the more conventional throw in. Flick on from Mason Smith, only goes as far as Gray. Now Hoyle coming back to bring in teammates Sinclair. Now Zabo back to Sinclair. Now Van der Hayden. Gray. Looking towards halfway. Team Wellington win the first time ball. Couple of players on the ground. Good to see Midgley and Foyts shake hands. Good sportsmanship from those two. Now opening up play on the far side. Watson providing an outlet to White. White tries to thread it through for Mason Smith. Well read by Van der Hayden, who's harassed by his opposite number in White, but they keep hold of possession to the Lily Whites. Good few passes from Wani Edwards' side. As the press comes from Team Wellington, and tracking back was Hamish Watson, and he's not happy. He thought that was just good strength there in that challenge as he to harass Mitchell. Referee Ben O'Connell did not see it his way. Free kick to Suburbs, which they take quickly, but give away possession almost immediately. Watson able to turn in the centre circle, was trying to find the diagonal ball through to Jack Henry Sinclair, but misdirected once more. Suburbs come up with it, but now Jack Henry Sinclair has it. Feeds it forward with his head to Mason Smith. He's dispossessed. Reed Drake back to his brother Danyon. Danyon. Drake finds an outlet in the form of Foyts. Zabo. One of the 3 Eastern Suburbs players named in the Team of the Month. In the first month of 2021 of the ISPS Handa Premiership. Reed Drake and Ryan Foyts being the others. Opportunity here for Hoyle if it falls to him. Brings in Foyts. Foyts with the right foot. High over the bar. Unable to get on target. There's a number of opportunities now for Eastern Suburbs where they've had shots, but they haven't been able to get them on goal and test the young keeper, Zach Jones. Foyts not happy with himself there. As Hoyle found the left winger on his favoured right foot. unable to hit the target. Eventually, as Foyts for company, does well to keep Foyts at bay. Jones clears despite the attentions of Stephen Hoyle. Both sides, and they're out of possession, working very hard to get it back, as Hamish Watson doing just that on Daniel Drake. Finds Mason Smith. Mason Smith back to Watson. Watson in the area. Look at the byline, and he goes to Bevan. Daniel Drake can't keep out his cross, and Bevan has the easiest tap in you will see. And Team Wellington have a second. Well, again, their own worst enemies here. Eastern Suburbs giving the ball away. Hamish Watson gets to the byline. Shot comes in, can't be controlled by Daniel Drake. And Andy Bevan, from not much more than a yard, finds the back of the net. And Team Wellington have their second. Just a couple of minutes before half-time. So Hamish Watson, goal scorer with the first. This time turns provider. Andy Bevan scoring the second goal for the hosts to put them firmly in control here on the scoreboard. Eastern Suburbs will be very disappointed. Both goals have really been gifted in the lead up to Team Wellington, as this time they do get a shot on target. Route one ball, well taken down by Foyts. There he is on their right foot. This time he drives it straight pretty much at the keeper, Zach Jones. He does well to keep hold of that one. Well, that's what they need more of, Eastern Suburbs. Shots on target, being wayward when they have had their opportunities and haven't really been able to test out. Zach Jones slightly nervous moment. Thought again for Suburbs as Daniel Drake in his area was chased down by Hamish Watson. Team Wellington with another throw in deep inside Eastern Suburbs half. As we fast approach 45 minutes gone, we'll see how much referee's time there is to finish this first half. I wouldn't think there'd be anything more than a minute, but we will wait the board going up from Sean O'Reilly, the fourth official, shortly. Keown with a diagonal ball, trying to find either Sinclair or Mason Smith. Cut out by Suburbs. No rush to take this. Jack Henry Sinclair will be happy to go into the sheds. 2-0 up, Team Wellington, as the board goes up from the fourth official, Sean Riley. Just the 1 minute of added time, as is the norm in the first 45 football games these days. And no stoppages of note, so just the minimum of 1 minute added by referee Ben O'Connell. Eastern Suburbs look for one more opportunity. Well, brought down and cut out by Shrivers. Barthia, captain this afternoon for Team Wellington. Sinclair, can they get a third here, Team Wellington? Cross comes in, unable to beat the man at the near post though, Sinclair. Team Wellington, maybe one final opportunity now. Well cut, tracked back was Foyts. Now looks long for Hoyle. Can Hoyle get one final shot in? No. Referee Ben O'Connell says that will do it for the first 45 here at David Farrington Park, where the hosts in command. 2-0. Goals from Hamish Watson and Andy Bevan. One early in the first half, one shortly before the halftime break. Eastern Suburbs have created a few opportunities themselves, but been unable to regularly test Zach Jones, the keeper for Team Wellington. So it is Stephen Hoyle, who looks somewhat disappointed and dejected as he makes his way off David Farrington Park here at half-time, where Team Wellington are in command, 2-0 at the break. Welcome back to David Farrington Park, where the second half is just mere moments away. Team Wellington leading Eastern Suburbs 2-0. First goal coming just minutes into the match. Given away by Eastern Suburbs in a dangerous area and punished by Hamish Watson, who threaded one through the legs of Daniel Drake. And then again, Eastern Suburbs giving the ball away in a dangerous area. This time, Hamish Watson turning provider. Andy Bevan bundled one over as we are underway. Second half action here at David Farrington Park. Team Wellington now playing from right to left as you see it in their traditional black kit. If you've just joined us, Eastern Suburbs, the Lily Whites in their traditional white with yellow trim. Playing from left to right as Barcia feeds one forward to Hamish Watson, and Watson smashes one past Daniel Drake. Unstoppable. Team Wellington have a third. Hamish Watson has a second, and that's 11 now for the season. What a way to start the second half here at David Farrington. Well, that's just purely unstoppable. Barcia, first to the loose ball, strong. Chip one forward, taken down on the chest, and then just absolutely smashed past Daniel Drake, who was like a statue as that one went past him. That's a top draw strike, high into the roof of the net. In the opening minute of the second half, Team Wellington have their third, and they are in complete control now. Eastern Suburbs looking for a quick reply. Hoyle on the turn. Down to his right to save that one, Zach Jones. Hoyle couldn't quite get complete hold of that one. But showing what he's capable of there, Hoyle. Experienced English striker for Suburbs. Team Wellington back with it. All the way back to Jones. Midgley. Going to thread it down that far touchline. Goes out for a throw and quickly taken by Eastern Suburbs. Sinclair looking for Hoyle. And Hoyle can't get it on target. He's frustrated with himself. Just evaded. Shrivers might have taken a touch out of the Team Wellington centre back, and then Hoyle just couldn't control it and direct it on goal. Sailed over the bar. Much to the relief of Zach Jones. Really, all Hoyle needed was to direct it on target. Had the beating you would have thought of Zach Jones as Van Hayden there with a, in fact, excuse me, that's Rogerson. Rather cynical foul, and he is yellow carded. Is Rogerson, who was beaten by Hamish Watson. And Rogerson just holding back the centre forward for Team Wellington. He looked to play on to Watson, but brought back by referee Ben O'Connell. First yellow card, and he's just out this afternoon. Referee O'Connell. And now, this is where McEwen can be very dangerous. McKeown from the set piece. Flicked on by Bevan. And offside flag goes up by the fourth official, by the assistant referee on the far side. McKeown with that left foot is often term provider for Team Wellington goals this season. Very dangerous if you give away any kind of set piece in that area, but that time nothing comes of it. It's a nice little flick on by Bevan. Again, Mason Smith was judged to be offside by the official on the far side. As Mitchell just managed to keep hold of possession. He's got it back now. Now one-on-one with McKeown. Decides not to take him on. Back to Kingsley Sinclair. Now Edwards. Edwards over the top for Hoyle, who is offside. And Hoyle can't believe it. And a rare opportunity to try and burst into the area, did Hoyle. Maybe a bit too quick with his run. The ball played a bit earlier, touch earlier from Edwards. He's seen a bit of a change of shape as Edwards, who was operating it right back, and now moving into more familiar midfield role, which we saw last week, as looks like Suburbs have gone more to a back three of Rogerson, Van der Hayden and Gray. Van der Hayden was operating in that defensive midfielder role in the first 45. Now Sinclair operating as the right wing back, and Robert Zabo is the left wing back. A little tweak to the formation by coach Hawani Edwards to start the second half. See, it didn't work straight away because Team Wellington, in the opening moments, had their third through Hamish Watson. Absolute thunderbolt of a strike. There was nothing Daniel Drake could do. Edwards striding forward, then trying to link up with Hoyle. Well cut out by Shrivers. Now Team Wellington back with it. Mario Bathia, who is the provider of the third goal. This time he can't find the overlapping run of Mason Smith. Watson, though, picks up the loose ball and is fouled again. He is just unstoppable at the moment, Hamish Watson. And this time again, held back, this time by Van der Hayden. Last time it was another of the centre-backs, Rogerson. And it will be McKeown, who makes his way to the ball, takes control of the set piece. Two-man wall for Suburbs, Zabo and Edwards. And everyone else just on the edge of the box. Looking short is Keown. Saw the run, I think, of Ollie White. It's well read, though, by Suburbs. They were awake to the danger there. That run from White. And then a relieving free kick for the Ollie Whites as referee Ben O'Connell just calls for a bit of calm from the players. Bit of chat from both sets of players. It's urging for them to settle down. Bit of space for Zabo down that left-hand side. Hoyle, Reed Drake springing forward, and he's fouled on the edge of the area. Well, that's going to be another yellow card. This time it's the Team Wellington captain, as Reed Drake burst into a dangerous area. Bathia was just undone by the young opposition midfielder. It was cover back there for Team Wellington. Bathia goes into referee Ben O'Connell's book. And now from the set piece, Eastern Suburbs trying to get themselves on the board. It's Reed Drake and Ryan Foyts standing over this one. Foyts probably the favoured taker with the right foot, but Reed Drake option as well with the left. Four-man wall for Team Wellington. It is Foyts going for goal. Goes to the near post, and well read and well cleaned up by Zach Jones, who takes that comfortably. It is near post. He didn't make his way too far over to the side. He was defending, stayed pretty central to Jones, so if he did try to go near post, he would be able to grab that comfortably. As now Bevan springs into the box. Can he find a fourth rather? It is a fourth. Thought he might pick out the pass to Hamish Watson, but he decided to go alone, did Andy Bevan, and that's another goal of the highest standing. So he has a double along with Hamish Watson. as he just bullied Van der Hayden off the ball, sprung into the area, and then across the goalkeeper, Daniel Drake. And they have 4 goals now, Team Wellington. And there's still some 35 minutes remaining here at David Farrington. As Eastern Suburbs making a change. Number 4, Kelvin Kalua, making an appearance onto the pitch, and looks like Van der Hayden has made way. So Dave to forget for Jaden Van der Hayden. As he's been, unfortunately, in the lead up to a couple of goals conceded for Eastern Suburbs. We'll see if that means another change to the formation for Hawani Edwards' side. Of course, they lost 4-0 last week to Eastern Suburbs. And now Lily White's 4-0 down once more. And Kelvin Kalua, traditional right back. And it looks like where he is slotted in with Rogerson and Christian Gray, the centre backs, as they started the game. And Van der Hayden, who started the game as a holding midfielder, moved into one of those 3 centre back roles to start the half, has made way for young Kalua. I say young, the majority of the players in the Eastern Suburbs team are young. A number of the Team Wellington players as well, as now opens up for Hoyle on his left foot. Shot comes in, but straight again at keeper Zach Jones. No troubles there for the Wellington custodian. And for Scott Pizzale this afternoon has been very rarely troubled. He looked very assured in goal for the host this afternoon. Bevan to Watson, the 2 goal scorers link up. And all the way back to far corner it will go. Set piece for Team Wellington. Christian Gray managed to hold up Hamish Watson, who's looking for his 2nd straight hat-trick here at David Farrington Park. Of course, it was in vain, wasn't it, a fortnight ago? Hat-trick and a 4-3 defeat to Waitakere United. And this time, 2 goals along with Andy Bevan have them in command here. Makio floats one to the back post, in again by White. Couldn't control it near post. I think he maybe even looking for a bit of a flick on here. As you see the replay, yeah, I think maybe he was trying to just flick it in between. It was taking something special there, you'd think, to beat Eastern Suburbs at the near post. Daniel Drake was in the area too. But you certainly can't count out that man, Hamish Watson, in the form he is in. 6 goals it is now. 3 matches. Hat-trick here. Sublime, quite ridiculous goal, wasn't it, at Kiwitea Street last week from pretty much halfway. If you haven't seen it, make sure you check out the highlights of that one. You can find it on Twitter or YouTube. The goal of the week in the ISPS Handa Men's Premiership, without a doubt. Nothing was close to that. Quite sublime effort from the top goal scorer in the league, who entered the round with 9 goals. He now has 11, to be 3 clear at the top of the Golden Boot race. And Hamish Watson actually just gets a bit of a talking to from referee Ben O'Connell. Not sure exactly what that was about. Maybe a bit too much chat from the striker for Team Wellington. I know, after hearing from Hamish Watson recently, he would trade in all his goals for success for Team Wellington. This time he just crept offside as it opened up for him once more. Didn't seem to be too much into that one, but the official on the far side picked that one up. Not really liked too much by some of the crowd here at Team Wellington, a healthy crowd in attendance on what's another beautiful day in the capital. Barely a zephyr of wind going across the ground here at Farrington Park in Miramar. Eastern Suburbs earning a free kick in midfield. And a relieving one at that for Eastern Suburbs. It's Team Wellington. They're looking to really put pressure on Eastern Suburbs and look for that fifth. Two goals early in this half to have Team Wellington in complete command. There's another substitution is going to be made by Hawani Edwards and the Lily Whites. Looks like Campbell Strong, number 23, is coming on. And making way is Jake Mitchell, who hasn't got much change down that right wing for Eastern Suburbs this afternoon. He's had his moments, blasted one shot just over the bar. Other than that, it hasn't gone his way, so Corbin Strong, midfielder, on for Mitchell. Let's see if he has any joy. And Suburbs come all the way back the edge of the area where Daniel Drake is. Dangerous position to be if you give away the ball around Hamish Watson, though. He's shown what he can do when the keeper's off his line. Forward runner there is Kingsley Sinclair. Turns back, nice ball onto the edge of the area. Now looking at the back post for Edwards, who had made a nice run into the box, but just evading him. It's out for a goal kick. A good little moment there by Eastern Suburbs, showing that they're not going to just throw in the towel in this game. It's quite some turnaround though, isn't it? Eight goals they scored against the Wellington Phoenix Reserves. Yes, after majority of those goals coming when the Phoenix Reserves were down to just 9 men, 2 players contentiously sent off. But now, in the last 2 weeks, they've conceded 8 goals and scored none, have Eastern Suburbs. Losing 4-0 to Waitakere. And in a big hole here at David Farrington, as welcoming that challenge from Zabo there was Jack Henry Sinclair. And Sinclair is going to be bringing another player into the book. This time it is Zabo, who was yellow carded as he went one-on-one with the young opposite, and well beaten was Zabo. So into the referee's notebook, yellow card, third player carded this afternoon, all coming in the second half. As McKeown comes forward once more to take this one. With that left foot, what will he do this time? Again goes short. Space for Bevan. Hat-trick hunting here, Bevan. No, this time turns provider. Now will he get a shot? Tries to dribble past the last man. Thunderous effort from Ollie White. Blocked well by Eastern Suburbs, but the danger's not cleared by the Lily Whites yet. White gets a 1-2. Tries to feed it to that far side where Watson is working hard. Goes only as far as Eastern Suburbs. Now working their way down that far side is Hoyle. Hoyle one-on-one with Midgley. Midgley does well to hold up Hoyle. Watson comes for company. And then Team Wellington win possession back. Furthest man forward is Andy Bevan for Team Wellington. Brings in Mason Smith. Mason Smith keen to get in the action here. 2 goals to his forward partner and Hamish Watson, and one to and a couple to Bevan as well. He wants to get on the act this afternoon. McKeown to blast one from 25, a bit of a speculator with that left foot. And he wants in on the fun as well. And he left centre back, the Northern Irishman. Deeper roll this afternoon, that unable to test Daniel Drake. Sails high over the bar. Midgley, the first of that one. In fact, it beats everyone over for a throw-in. As Eastern Suburbs look to switch the play to that far side. Midgley just taking a bit of a breather there. And a frantic couple of minutes end-to-end football as Eastern Suburbs look for something to get themselves back into this game, give themselves a bit of hope. And Team Wellington look to put the foot on the throat. You get the feeling we're not done with goal-scoring action here this afternoon. Still plenty of time left in the 90, 25 minutes and change. Lee Drake finds now Kingsley Sinclair. That far corner, well done by Midgley, but Suburbs still able to get across into the area. And it is cleared by Team Wellington. Comes all the way back to Rogerson. Now Team Wellington come up with the ball in midfield. White, Barthia, Mason Smith, McKeown, Barthia. Turn to Void, Lude, Boyle. Goes all the way back to young keeper Zach Jones. Midgley down that far touch line. Watson not quite able to get on the end of that one. Right idea though from Midgley. Now Karlua to Hoyle. Hoyle with a bit of space. Kingsley Sinclair on the edge of the area. Well dealt with by Midgley, who's very comfortable in those one-on-ones. And a free kick given up for offside was Hamish Watson. Just coming back from an offside position to receive that one. Gray looking for Hoyle. Hoyle got there but wasn't able to bring it down. And bringing in Jake Williams. Now all the way back to Zach Jones. Shrivers. Haven't called Shriver's name too much this afternoon. Hasn't been called on too often. It's been a very assured performance by Team Wellington, flexing their muscle here this afternoon after back-to-back defeats, followed an unbeaten 9-game run to start this ISPS Handa Men's Premiership. Certainly looking to show what they are capable of. A big couple of weeks still to come, of course, in the regular season as they look to clinch a home semi-final. Auckland City would look assured of a top 2 place, but Team Wellington with just a 1-point lead going into this round over 3rd place. So big 3 weeks for them. 2 rounds remaining after this, the opening game of week 12 of the ISPS Handa Men's Premiership. Great. And for Campbell Strong, it looks like he is operating in that holding midfield role. The second half substitute. Coming forward is White. Brings in Sinclair. Sinclair with the ball, the cross in, trying to find Watson. Well cut out though. Well read by Suburbs, but it will be a corner for Team Wellington. And expecting Rory McKeown to make his way from the left centre-back position all the way to the far corner. Take this set piece with his left foot. Bevan and Watson, both with 2 goals, both looking for a hat-trick here this afternoon. McKeown with a second-time ball coming in and expertly guided in, and it is a hat-trick for Hamish Watson. Back-to-back hat-tricks here at David Farrington Park. This time in the 69th minute, he's got 3 goals already. First one came in the 3rd, second early in the second half, and now expertly guided past Daniel Drake. Looks short to Sinclair, and McKeown with that second ball, and expertly done by the top goal scorer in the ISPS Handa Men's Premiership. And Team Wellington have 5. What a bounce back this is so far for T-Dubs. Now Watson putting himself about, picked up the loose ball, but then gave up free kick. Like shade off his hand. Struck early in both halves at Hamish Watson. And now he has his third. He has 12 goals for the season. Going to take some catching. Is the Team Wellington marksman now, you'd think. Just 2 rounds to play after this one. And now 4 goals clear. And the form he's in, you won't count him out. Scoring more goals over the next couple of weeks, that's for sure. Showing he is not just a one-trick pony as well. They don't just come with the head. He's got an absolute thunderbolt for the second goal. Poked one through the legs to keeper Daniel Drake for the first. So now it's Andy Bevan, potentially looking for a hat-trick. There's Hamish Watson. He set up one of Bevan's goals. What can he do this time? This time Jake Williams looking to steer one for that late arriving run of Jack Henry Sinclair. Not quite able to find the mark. Cut out well by Daniel Drake in goal. Sinclair, that's Kingsley Sinclair. Looking long. In fact, it was Zabo, wasn't it, down that left wing back side for Eastern Suburbs. Came with a big diagonal ball. Now looking long is Zach Jones. Again finds the feet of a Team Wellington player and marching forward for yet another goal. It is this time in on the action. Sam Mason-Smith, he has his first, and it is raining goals at David Farrington Park. A 6th for Team Wellington. And after a hat-trick to Hamish Watson, a double to Andy Bevan, now it's Englishman Sam Mason-Smith. Lovely ball, I think that was by Bevan, and beating Daniel Drake at the near post. Indeed it was Bevan this time, who turns provider. And a very well taken goal by Sam Mason-Smith. As the goals are flowing very freely here. Eastern Suburbs have made their 3rd change just as that goal scored. I'll try and pick up the number for you shortly. Looks like Team Wellington and coach Scott Hale is looking to make his first substitution of the afternoon shortly as well. And once I can pick up a number, I'll let you know what the change is there as Hamish Watson is thinking momentarily about a 4th there, but well read by Kelvin Karlua. Just got in the right position at the right time to spoil that opportunity potentially coming about for Hamish Watson. Edwards, Foyts, that far corner is Midgley for company. Plays the ball off Midgley for a corner kick. I'll throw some bodies forward here. Foyts will take this one. And high over all the bodies in the area. Cleared by Hamish Watson. First to it is Jack Henry Sinclair, but then he's muscled off the ball by Karlua. Does very well to beat Watson as well. And gives up possession. Mario Bathia doing his job as that holding midfielder, covering those wide positions. It's going to be, in fact, a double change coming for Team Wellington. So making way, Jack Henry Sinclair is going to be replaced by Harris Zeb. And also the last goal scorer for Team Wellington, Sam Mason-Smith, also making way for Caelan Gould. So straight swap there, two English forwards changing places, and Mason Smith replaced by Caelan Gould. And the youngster Harris Zeb on for Jack Henry Sinclair. Of course, Jack Henry Sinclair not long back from a serious shoulder injury, but a very good 74 minutes for him. There's Team Wellington. 4 bodies forward once more. Near side to Jake Williams has to take on substitute Carlo, but Carlo has been pretty impressive since coming on. Certainly been up to the task. Got a few one-on-one duels. Opening up play to Zabo on the far side. With a stride forward. Now to Foyts, who's able to turn with no one on him. Dangerous Ryan Foyts springing forward. Dealt with by Team Wellington. No doubt will be desperate to keep a clean sheet. Conceding 7 goals in their last couple of games. The 6 will please Hales, but his clean sheet will be even more impressive. Big block coming in there from, I think it was Shrivers, and that needed to be made.
Andy, get them up once it gets back, get them up.
There's a bit of space in the area. In fact, it was eventually coming in that right centre back position. Very good block. Gives up a corner, but denies a potential goal scoring opportunity for Suburbs. Reed Drake to take. From the near corner, Hoyle rising high, and it's guided wide. Of the Team Wellington head. There'll be another corner kick this time from the far side. It'll be Ryan Foyts to make his way over there and take this one.
Andy, sniff in, come on.
Eastern Suburbs looking for something to take home to Auckland here. They've been well and truly outclassed by Team Wellington. Had their moments, have the visitors, really have not been able to test Zach Jones regularly enough. As Team Wellington looking to make their 3rd change, Scott Hales. Looks like one gate kick is going to be coming on and replacing Mario Bathia, the captain. So the captain's armband, I think, has been handed over. Potentially Taylor Shrivers has taken the captain's armband, but a very accomplished effort as well by the Argentine, stepping into the captaincy role, leadership role this afternoon, the absence of Scott Pasale. And very assured in that holding midfield role. So it'll be a straight swap. One get kick. We'll move into that position now in front of the back 3 for Team Wellington. Allowed to turn is Hamish Watson, but then he does lose possession. He's tried to thread it through ball through for Caelan Gould. Yeah, kick. Keown. Keown looks down the line. Caelan Gould harassing the defenders, but Eastern Suburbs do well to play through. Kingsley Sinclair tried to turn with it. Team Wellington first to the loose ball. You can see a yellow card. I think that's for the Eastern Suburbs captain, who was late there. Stephen Hoyle. You see a replay here. Yeah, very late in the challenge of Taylor Shrivers. So a little over 10 minutes remaining here at David Farrington. And Team Wellington in command. Looking to take a big step, I think, towards the home semi-final back here at David Farrington Park in a few weeks' time. Of course, a couple of rounds remaining after this. in the ISPS Handa Men's Premiership. It was the final season of the current format. Bevan dispossessed Eastern Suburbs then, but wasn't quite able to find the teammate. Get kick. There's Carlo for company. Carlo does a good job doing a throw in. One of the bright spots for Eastern Suburbs is the right back coming on as a second half substitute. Being very few to be too positive about is Caelan Gould, rival from Hawke's Bay United during the transfer window. Finds Watson. Watson tries to return ball to Gould. Cut out. And Eastern Suburbs back with it. Looking for Kingsley Sinclair as well. Dealt with by Keown. Strong. Back with it. Sabo. Looking out that left-hand side to Foyts. Unable to find the right ball. Find the top goal scorer. He's got very little change out of Scott Midgley. The right centre back for Team Wellington. Gray. Back to Daniel Drake. Marauding out of his box as he likes to do. Now Reed Drake. Diagonal ball to Foyts. He's well dealt with by second half substitute Harris Zeb. Big lash at that one. Goes to the feet of Eastern Suburbs on the edge of the area. Team Wellington clear momentarily. And then get kick, a good ball for Caelan Gould, who's made a nice run. Doesn't have much support though up front. Sea of white bodies around the Englishman. As you get the feeling that this game starting to go through the motions somewhat. Obviously, foregone conclusion, the result 6-0 Team Wellington. 4 goals coming in this second half. A hat-trick for Hamish Watson. Get kick, got a bit cute there trying to find a teammate. Lost the ball. Chasing back was Hamish Watson to try and help out. Team Wellington hold up that foray from Eastern Suburbs. They're still with it. Foyts now operating in a central role. And the ball at his feet, trying to create something for the Lily Whites. Carlua, near side. Foyts earning a free kick. Takes it quickly. Back to Gray. Sabo. Hoyle to Foyts. Win the race to the loose ball. There's Jake Williams. Bringing in Andy Bevan. White. Harris Zeb. To White. Gould back with it after moving back centrally. Finding Watson, but then Watson unable to keep control of it. And Rogerson finds his keeper. Clears only just outside the area. Carlua as well to beat one player, and then looks down the line for Kingsley Sinclair. Gets the thumbs up from Sinclair. wasn't quite able to get on the end of that ball from his right back. Goes all the way back to the Team Wellington keeper, Zach Jones, deputising in goal this afternoon. The injured Team Wellington captain, Scott Saleh, ever present obviously between the sticks for Scott Hales' side. And 3 changes by Hales this afternoon. And all 3 have been pretty comfortable out there. Jones really challenged in goal. White operating in the centre of the park very well. And also Jake Williams seen in action as well down the left wing, left flank for Team Wellington. So in a hand in what's been a very impressive performance by Scott Hales' side. Hat-trick from Hamish Watson, a couple from Andy Bevan. Bevan scoring either side of half-time, and Sam Mason-Smith added the 6th for Team Wellington. A quarter of an hour ago. To complete the scoring so far, and as I touched on, they'll be desperate, Team Wellington, to pick up a clean sheet here too. They won't mind if they don't score any more goals. They just want to deny Eastern Suburbs. Almost be as valuable to them as the 3 points that will consolidate their position. Second on the ladder behind Auckland City. And open up momentarily there for Edwards, who let fly. It was blocked by Team Wellington. And free kick given up by the Lily Whites. Now, 3rd substitution made by Eastern Suburbs. Thought they'd made one earlier and a goal was scored, but they in fact hadn't. So now Hawani Edwards using his 3rd substitution. And it is Otto Ingham who's going to come on for Ryan Foyts. Otto Ingham, another player who's been involved with Team Wellington youth along with Ryan Foyts previously. A 19-year-old on for another. So both sides using 3 of their substitutions here at David Farrington Park. We have just moments remaining now in the last couple of minutes of the 90 at David Farrington. Team Wellington again win the loose ball. Caelan Gould feeding Hamish Watson. Does Hamish Watson have a 4th? And the flag has gone up for offside. And not happy with that one at all. There's Hamish Watson and some of the fans here as well. Flag went up late, and we'll see if we can catch a replay of this one. Unfortunately, Hamish Watson's just out of our shot. Watson was looking down the line, found the back of the net, but the flag belatedly went up for offside. So had a couple of balls in the back of the net ruled out for offside of Team Wellington. So could have even been bigger, the scoreline. Commanding performance by the T-Dubs. As Hamish Watson, this one finds the forward run of Caelan Gould. Caelan Gould is forced wide by Kalua, attempts a little spin, finds Gatkick, fellow substitute, Gatkick with the shot, deflects off an Eastern Suburbs player and safely into the hands of Daniel Drake, Lily White's goalkeeper. Gatkick started the last few games for Team Wellington, but off the bench this afternoon for Scott Hales' side. Boyle has worked hard all afternoon. Standing captain for Eastern Suburbs this afternoon in the absence of Adam Thomas, and they've sorely missed their usual skipper, either in that holding midfield role or right back. He's comfortable playing in either. The one change that Kalani Edwards made to his 11 that was beaten 4-0 by Waitakere United last week. That was Stephen Hoyle. Striker coming in for Adam Thomas, who started right back. 3 minutes of added times. Here's fourth official Sean Riley. Kick. Gould. Bringing in Harris Zeb down that right wing. Zeb has time to measure across. Forces his way into the area. Now back to Gould. Peels off. Gould with the left foot. Shot blocked. Still with it though, Team Wellington. And not done here. In the opening game of Week 12 of the ISPS Handa Men's Premiership. Shrivers. Diagonal ball looking for Zeb. Not quite on target. Cut out by Eastern Suburbs. But only as far as Midgley. Now Harris Zeb streaking forward into the area. Harris Zeb! Harris Zeb is a 7th for Team Wellington. What a performance this has been from the hosts. The substitute Harris Zeb makes it 7 for Team Wellington. Well picked out. One-on-one with keeper Daniel Drake. As soon as Drake went to ground, lifted over him by Zeb, and there was no stopping that one. And Team Wellington, what an exclamation mark that is on what has been some performance. And on the flip side, Kalani Edwards, Eastern Suburbs, must be wondering what has happened to his side. 8-0 a fortnight ago against the Wellington Phoenix Reserves. Yes, against 9 Med it finished up for the Phoenix Reserves. Still 8-0. Now, back-to-back weeks, 4-0 and 7-0 for his side. And for one thing, certainly doesn't help the goal difference. And they're right in the fight for a playoff spot, our Eastern Suburbs as well, but this is going to welcome in the chasing pack, that's for sure. Give hope to the likes of Hawke's Bay United, who are in action tomorrow afternoon in Napier against the Wellington Phoenix Reserves. What it will mean for Team Wellington is they're taking a big step towards a playoff berth, and for them, the home semi-final, which will no doubt be their goal over the next fortnight. Zeb, this time trying to turn provider. The overlapping run from Midgley. Midgley's cross comes in, but too much on it and knocked out for, I think it's a throw-in, is it? By Kalua. And throw-in taken, and referee Ben O'Connell says that's it. What a performance this has been by the hosts. After back-to-back defeats, Team Wellington bounced back in some style here at David Farrington Park. 7-0 it is finished over Eastern Suburbs. So back-to-back games here at David Farrington, we have seen 7 goals, and this time all for Scott Hales' side. A clean sheet that consolidates them in second place, and here's that goal-scoring action. First coming just 3 minutes into the game, given away cheaply and punished by Hamish Watson. Another giveaway, this time Hamish Watson turning provider. His shot was only deflected by Daniel Drake, and Bevan on the spot to make it 2. And then to start the second half, this is just mere seconds into the second half, Hamish Watson smashes one past Daniel Drake. That was his second. 3-0 Team Wellington. And then they were back to work not far after that one, after winning a free kick was Hamish Watson. And then a great run by Andy Bevan. Andy Bevan thought about feeding it to Watson, thought, nah, I'm going to take it on myself. Cracking fourth goal for Team Wellington. And then McKeown found Watson. Watson, a lovely deft header past Daniel Drake. That was his hat-trick. That was Team Wellington's 5. Then Mason Smith bursting forward. Englishman making it 6th for Team Wellington and celebrating in style. And then Harris Zeb. In the first minute of second half stoppage time, the youngster made it 7. What a performance by Team Wellington. They consolidate second place here to start week 12 of the ISPS Handa Men's Premiership. Back to the drawing board for Hoani Edwards and Eastern Suburbs. They will go back to Auckland with quite a bitter pill in their mouth. A big thank you to Chris Newbold and his team here at David Farrington Park. I'm Brenton Vinasori, wishing you all a good afternoon. We'll see you next time.